Good speed. That's it.
All right, this is gonna be rough.
Probably.
You're in there, Ray.
With my tripod.
We're live. I lost my sock. Hold on. Live on YouTube now. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We'll get going in a couple.
YouTubers.
Because
I think it's her over here. Everybody say hello, my brother Marcus.
Howdy.
Howdy.
All right.
Jeff's mic's in the way I can't see, but that's all right.
So,
All right. I gotta quickly set up the Facebook. So it's over here.
Uh-oh, you're 1 minute late.
For what? What am I 1 minute late for?
Nothing.
Participants.
31.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube. We're not late. All right. So can you monitor the Facebook as we go on yours?
I already have been responding.
Okay, so now is there sound on Facebook for everybody?
Facebook
Yep.
people, can you hear us?
Yeah, so now we're going to go to YouTube and I'll monitor the YouTube.
Okay.
But see this?
Yeah.
That's designed to put your phone in.
I don't want to put my phone in there.
That's how I do it so I can monitor them. Now that's fine. Don't F with it now. Just don't. Okay, so I got this. Why is it not? Okay. There we go. What is going on with this thing? All right, here we go. All right, there we go. We're live. Let's see if did we turn on the microphone? Yes, we did.
Walker says we have 5 for 5, loud and clear. So
that's YouTube.
This thing.
All right. So you're on it. There you go, hun. On the right, you're sitting in the right place.
I just got to move closer to you.
Okay.
There's too much of me in them.
She said there's too much of her. Okay, don't mess up any of my technical crap. All right, welcome.
Technical crap? Is that what it's called now? Technical crap?
Everyone. All right, I'm going to do a welcome everyone. There we go. That's going for YouTube. So I'll keep the YouTube there. You're monitoring the Facebook?
Yep.
So we got Walker on Facebook. We got Bill Johnson on Facebook. We got Jamie. I'm going to be seeing Walker and Jamie tomorrow at New Riff. So that's going to be exciting. And Nash, while we're doing this, you got to turn the car radio off, just so you know.
Oh, it's off.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, right between us.
I think that was his way.
All right, everybody. I'm ready to go. We're on. Everybody on YouTube, on
Let me see the
Facebook.
YouTube again. Oh, that's much better.
Yes, and we're Roxy's joining us tonight. Tonight's our 400th episode. We've got a 400th episode, and we got a special guest with Mat Lyzen. And then Matt, who's with you tonight?
Got Steve and Jay.
Steve and Jay.
Hi, Steve and Jay.
Hi, Steve and Jay. And then we got Super Nash here joining us on his way to Tallahassee, Florida. Am I right?
Daytona.
Oh, but
Daytona.
you're in. Okay, you're going to the Daytona Speedway. Yep. Right there on the ocean.
Yeah.
We just found out today on Sunday, me and Marcus will be able to drive up to 185 miles an hour.
All right.
And up to 200, that's in the curves, and up to 200 on the back stretch.
All right. So I am going to.
Tell me what to press.
No, I got to get this going. All right. So I've done everything. I'm going to start the recording of the podcast. You guys ready? Matt, Jay, Steve?
Maybe.
That's it.
All right. So hey, Matt, we should talk about. I want to talk about the bus tour that you guys are coming down, and then we should talk a little bit about Cleveland on the Rocks, what you guys do, because you're not just a bourbon or just all whiskey. You do a lot of other type alcohols, so we want to get into that a little bit to promote that. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
It's the fun part, and it's a party, guys. So feel free, no problem. We're going to be trying to drink a lot of different whiskeys here tonight, or taste them. And I mean, I really thought the cool part was that you guys had Ohio on the rocks. You actually have a maker's mark, like almost like named right after your whole thing that you do. I mean, it just takes it one step, you know, but I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so I real quick for everybody on Facebook and YouTube, our sponsors are the Spirit of French Lick. We have two barrel picks coming real soon. William Dalton, I'm going to be picking that up this Saturday, and then we are going to be having the Lillian Sinclair follow this next week, and I'm going to start touring. Anybody who needs a bottle can contact me. I would gladly sell you a voucher and then exchange it for a bottle. And then also the Spirit of French Lick, Alan Bishop, that's where he was. He has since left and went to Old Homestead Distilling, but he still has his One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. Whereas if you want to become a master distiller or a home distiller, he will answer any questions about distilling, and he does it all the time. It's a pretty cool thing. And then also he has, if you have ghosts, you have everything. It's a great double spirit podcast. He talks about the occult, the ghosts. He talks about aliens, but he associates it from most of the time in the spirit industry of making whiskeys, the history in it, and all that it's about. So I was on one of the episodes in the second season, me and Roxy, so you can check that out. And then last but not least, Rosewood Bourbon. Jason Giles, and what he does is amazing. So Rosewood Bourbon, check that out on bourbonoutfitters.com. You can pick up a bottle. It's the bourbon that Andy Dufresne in the movie Shawshank Redemption was drinking and smashed the bottle, and they got the thumbprint to put him away. But he's brought that great brand back, and he does a really good thing with it. But with that said, we're going to get running, and we're going to start. There's going to be a 30-second delay, and then you'll hear our theme song, and then we'll get going. All right, guys? You ready? Everybody ready? Let's go.
Ready. Let's go.
Drinking 30, sipping on scotch. We get a little wild and show fun and watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, it's all songs, love to tell you the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raisins in hell, making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to another podcast, a special podcast, number 400 of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Welcome, everybody, tonight. That was Kenny Fuller of the old Americana band that he was in when he did that, but he's now on his own, and we can't wait because what we've got in store for you guys when we go. When we start getting on Roku and everything, I'm pretty sure Kenny's gonna come along for the ride. So love that theme song. But tonight we have the special guests. We have Mat Lyzen, and Matt, how's it going? Of Cleveland of the Rocks. Introduce your co-parts.
This is Steve. We got the Brick Plus with us. It's Jay. You can see them on a handful of videos online. And they're always over here for whiskey stuff.
Yep.
Always good times up there.
You want to try and check out Cleveland on the Rocks on YouTube. Great podcast. Jay, Matt takes, wow, I don't even know where that came from. It's like, it's Jay and Steve. They do. But Matt he does, you're looking at his podcast studio right now, and he takes the alcohol, he's not just whiskey. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he does. He almost is like a cross between me and CT. He's not as crazy as CT. He doesn't like put he doesn't take Sour Patch grape and mix it with vodka, but he does do some really kind of cool things that are more standard bar orientated type stuff. You do episodes with beer and different and a lot of local stuff. I love that about what you guys do, but they also do whiskey, and it's great to have you here on our 400th. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Welcome, y'all.
Thanks for having us out.
Yeah.
Congratulations to your 400.
Yeah. So this is going to be our 400th. So we're looking at, there's no, we got Super Nash also. Welcome Super Nash on the road on his way to Daytona Speedway. So it's great to have him.
Here's everybody.
And
It's a party.
then also we've got Roxy. Roxy came on tonight. That was what would you say? A surprise, right?
A monkey wrench.
I was at the point with Roxy where there's sometimes when you ask her or whatever, but it's kind of got to be so I just let her do her thing, and all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I want in. So I'm
just too hard working, right? I'm always working.
Well, you're working, but I would say tonight our 400th is a unique because
it is.
We've had 3 days that school started and our grandchildren are all in school. And although we've helped out a little bit to get them all kick-started, we are approaching some freedom, right?
Finally.
Yeah, it's been 36 years since we've been free. And that's a long time, everybody, don't you think? I mean, you would think it would come and go. So anyways. All right. So Matt, what are you guys sipping on to start this off?
Oh, the one. This would be Home Sweet Ohio.
Home.
It's out to maple private specials.
Ooh.
Well, and then Nash,
I haven't tried the before yet.
So you haven't had it yet?
I had this one. I had the instant one. I'll hang over next one.
Okay.
Steve just brought that one over to the house.
Oh my
God. This one does.
Yeah. Let's see. My friend didn't. So we got guys on YouTube from Italy. That's kind of cool. Someone, Rebel Wolf's drinking Tennessee whiskey, and Vincent Augusta, Band on the Beat, barbecue night to remember. That's not one I'm familiar with, but it's great. It's like good to see everybody on YouTube and what they're drinking, and we are rocking tonight on YouTube. It's a big one. So tonight, Roxy. I got a special glass for Roxy. It's her glass. We bought this initially, so she's drinking out of that type of glass, and it is what would you say? It's a Blood Oath from and it's I forget the name of it. Do you remember, Super Nash, what that style is called?
I cannot remember. We did a whole episode on glass.
We did. Well, you got to go check that episode out. That was 372.
Yeah.
Well, you know that it was 372, but you don't remember the name of the glass?
No, I don't.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Anyways,
Anyway,
just so you know,
That's a nice
I made
glass.
that episode up in my brain, so it's probably not
I
372.
know.
There you
I
go.
all these people are like scrolling back, trying to go to 372.
Just so you know, I'm sipping on a 2024 Bomberger's, the 108 proof.
Yeah, that's great. Just make sure your brother's driving very carefully.
Yeah. I
There's a
kinda
Stady
figured,
watching this podcast in his
chauffeur,
car
I
that's
mean,
coming to
and
get you.
Did you
I'm
see-
riding in a limousine, SUV. So
You're in the
it
back.
should be all right. And I'm also sticking on a Fuente cigar.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, like I said, watch out. There could be a
What's-
Stady watching our podcast.
So we got Walker and Jamie.
coming to get you.
Gonna see them. What's Walker saying?
It's
What?
private between me and Walker.
Oh, you and Walker are talking.
Oh,
You're
wow.
talking with Walker. Anyways, all right. So I brought in, like, if you're gonna do a party, right? There's always, to me, whiskeys that are kind of special, but they're party whiskeys, right? Ones that you want to drink. It's really good and whatever. And the first one I'm gonna go. I've always been a big, huge fan of Billy Idol. What? Now Walker's talking.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Not like that. Okay. So
Don't worry about it. Chuck knows. Yeah,
I've
we're
got a
just
Rebel.
messing.
I've got a Rebel 10 right here. And do you ever have that, Matt? Have you ever had it?
I haven't had the Rebel 10, but there's a couple of Rebel cast strengths here.
Yeah. Now the Rebel cast strengths are, in my opinion, they do the brand, the regular Rebel brand well, because I always felt that Rebel, it's Billy Idol wrote Rebel Yell off of it. It's a fact. He was drinking it back then. But Rebel 10 to me became something different. It's a 10-year, and I want to say the proof is 100 proof. So for a 100 proof, but this drinks, I will say, like silk. It's a very, very, I'm not going to say it goes down well. And I always, like, when I'm partying, I want flavor, but I also don't want to be doing shots of it to get it down. You know what I mean? I want flavor. I want some punch, but I also want to have it a drinkability kind of thing, because usually when you're partying, you're drinking more. And I don't know about you guys, if I'm partying too heavy and I start really getting into some of the barrel strengths and ones that have a little bit more bite to it, that usually ends bad for me. It's like at the end, it's like that's the part that's so I like to do that, like where you got it. So I figured the Rebel 10 is right up to start off. Now
I can relate to that.
and it was like, out of all the Rebels, it's the one I would buy again. I got cast strength, I got distiller's choice cast strength, and then I got Rebel 100. So because I was such a Billy Idol fan. Actually, here's a really cool what would you say? A cool factoid is that the year me and Roxy met was 1984. That was Billy Idol's big year for releasing Eyes Without a Face and what was the White Wedding and everything. So we were like, she got her. Did you get your tonsils out? Was it? She got her tonsils out. It was really rough. And we had tickets to the Wisconsin State Fair to see Billy Idol, and she went.
Oh,
like
my mom was so
3
mad. She's like,
days.
"You are not leaving this house."
So we went to the Billy
I'm
Idol.
like, I'm not missing
concert
Billy
while
Idol.
we were dating. But what was really
Snuck out, didn't you?
She did. But what was really freaking cool about it was that we got to see him again the following. That was like in August. We got to see him in December in Madison, and she was feeling much better.
That was much
for that
better.
one.
Yeah.
That one was a wild one, but it was kind of cool to see him and then go throughout time. So that's what it is. Cheers to everyone.
Cheers.
Guys, Yeah, you don't happen to have Rebel, do you?
What?
You don't happen to have Rebel root beer, do you?
No, I don't have Rebel root beer. The only root beer I've ever gotten lately is Freddy's.
They're good.
Yeah,
It's like the bourbon cream.
bourbon cream
Yeah,
is
that's
damn good.
fantastic.
Yes, what he does, and then it's been so awesome. Did you guys get a chance to go when they came up by you to go to the Weller thing where he was signing bottles and everything?
No, I was at work. They were all different today.
Well, what was really bizarre is I broke my wrist. Everybody kind of knows that I broke my wrist earlier this year, and the only reason why I was able to go to the one, it was at what was the name of it? Top Shelf here, which is a liquor store in the area. And I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I was able to. That was the day I was getting my cast. Or I was getting checked up to see if I needed a cast or a brace. So the event started at like 1:00 till whatever. And so I went to the event and I got off work because I said that I had a doctor's appointment.
Well, you did.
I did. It's just that the doctor's appointment
was a little bit later.
Yeah, it was later than and so I got Freddie.
You busted.
He they weren't allowed to bring anything in, but I brought my barrel proof E.H. Taylor tube with no liquor in. And I had him sign the tube. They said no bottles, so that was kind of cool seeing Freddie. So, Matt, some of the people that have been on your, you have other people from time to time. What's the best guest you had so far?
Listen. To do what everybody was trying to So basically what I do is Steve finds a bottle or Jay finds a bottle and we shoot the videos on it. If I find the bottle, I grab them and we all just get together and shoot a bunch of videos from that. It's just kind of fun to have the different people out there that have different talents and tell what they take on it as well as what I taste on it. And if you follow us enough, you'll catch one person that you really like what they taste more than the other. You're like, oh, they like this. Maybe I should go buy it instead of buying random things that's still bad.
Yeah, and I find you do a lot of like like I said, you do beer. Now I have never seen you do wine, but do you do wine?
To be honest with you, I have a wine collection of probably 75 different bottles. I have wine nights with my mom and my aunts, and I make charcuterie boards for them and put up cheese and meat trays, and we all sit here and drink wine all night. But I've never really reviewed wine before posting it out there. That might be kind of cool.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I like about about your YouTube channel is that you don't have any preconceived notions. If you can drink it, you're going to drink it.
Absolutely. Also, we have a Friday video tomorrow. I think Ensign Red's new birthday cake, and I'm obsessed with this bottle. It's one of the best I've ever had of like flavored drink. It tastes like vanilla frosting on the top.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about what I love, anyways, is that even with bourbon, there's some bourbons. I'll give you, for me, they're always changing. I mean, to keep consistency these days, I find that a lot of the bourbons just seem to be getting better, even if it's just a normal brand. And I'll give you an example. If you pick up a new bottle of Buffalo Trace right now, it is that recent batch that they're releasing out. It's a small batch, but whatever is a small batch for Buffalo Trace.
Right.
But that batch right now is just a pure caramel bomb.
It's delicious.
I have Buffalo Trace from 2 years ago that barely even gives you a hint of caramel. And this one, you do it, you drink it, and you can just full out taste caramel. And I did at lunch today. There was a bottle at my at the restaurant that I go to, which is Loby's on Cleveland Avenue here. And I'll go there and either on half price pizza day or get salads and whatnot. But I usually don't get a pour, but I saw that they had a bottle of Buffalo Trace. And I'm like, well, let's see if my bottle is any different. And it wasn't. It was, they just got it, and it was fantastic. I mean, And I'm not always been the huge Buffalo Trace guy, but right now, what's coming out of there, I'm a fan of.
Mhm.
I skipped one at the store today when I was there too. I might have to go back.
Yeah, I'd highly.
You should. It's really outstanding.
Yeah. So
I'll have to grab one of those. I know that at the store right by my work, so that works for me.
So you got any questions for Matt?
Questions for Matt?
Yeah. I put you on the spot right off the
You
bat.
did. You didn't tell me. Hey, you got a question for Matt.
What? This is something unique. I'm just being fair to
Something
you.
unique. So, what's your favorite thing to go to right now, Matt? I
Let's
know
see.
it's a tough
I've been cutting our videos, trying to push them off in the next couple of weeks so that way I'm good on them. I've been really sipping on the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. It's like one of my favorite bottles.
Which one? Say that one more time.
Sitting out here,
You said it
What's that?
quick. You said that bottle quick. What was it?
the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend is like my
Joseph
go-to right
Magnus
now.
Cigar Blend. Okay.
I have to.
Yeah,
I
I really
have-
like that Joseph
And I
Magnus
have like
cigar
the
blend
left.
too.
I don't have these ones, so I've been pulling that one back.
Look at this. That was from that's right from the other night right there. Can you see it?
Awesome.
That
CD,
is
CD.
that's the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend 85. That was from
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
CT got me that one. And I went to his house and I tried it. He had me try it. And now it's almost like when Nash got me an Old Carter the one time, and then anytime I ever drank with him, all I wanted to do is drink Old Carter. I would say that if anybody has a Magnus Cigar Blend, I mean, they just use that. Now, does the Magnus Cigar Blend have the Amberana aspect to it, or is it something else?
To be honest, I think Savoring almost does. Mine's more like a mild tobacco compared to the one that Chris brought. That's the one we did live here. His was more like a light tobacco, or mine's like a dark.
Okay.
And I liked his so much that I went out and found mine. It was a little different, and I think he had a way younger batch.
Yeah. He had the earlier batches, but they all, from what I've heard, there's not a bad batch.
No, not at all.
But all right, so the other aspect, so we started off with Rebel Yell. The other one that I think is a really good party one is that few spirits in Illinois, Evanston, Illinois. We know the distiller right there, Nash. Paul, say his name. Are you gonna say his name, Nash? You hear me, Nash? What's Paul? What? Let go? Oh, I can't.
Paul Let Go.
Yeah, Let Go.
Paul Let Go.
Yeah. Anyways,
From Team Spirits in Chicago, Illinois.
yes, and he's got bands that help. So this one is Alice in Chains, and it is his bourbon, but finished in tequila barrels. Right? That's what it was. Tequila barrels. Now, Super Nash.
I believe it was a Añejo tequila barrel.
Okay, and so I like to do, if I'm partying, who else do you want to party with but a band? Alice in Chains. You listen to some music, put some Alice in Chains on. But what's the new batch there, Nash?
The new batch is the Smashing Pumpkins blend, and he actually proofed it down with rose tea, which one of the Smashing Pumpkins members of the Smashing Pumpkins owns a tea store or tea cafe.
Yeah.
And they sell different kinds of blends of herbal teas and all. And a rose tea was made by his wife. And that's what they put it down with.
All right. So we're talking about what's coming up. I mean, so this is the 400th. We've had so many people on one of the things I want to do with this is why I have the Alice in Chains bottle, is that I want to start to get, you know, some of the celebrities that like whiskey. I've had a lot of the celebrities of the whiskey industry in. What would have been great is if you could have got Hulk Hogan in when he came in. That would have been great to have the Hulkster come over and rip his shirt off. Support, you know, he could just. What was that? What?
Have you seen him at the country bar?
Yeah, I saw that he was there signing, and it was so popular that they had to turn tons of people away.
Well, did you see what happened? They were throwing beers off the stage. Some lady got busted in the face.
Oh,
And there was cops all over the place. It's the most ridiculous thing. I read the whole news article. I'm like,
So did he get in trouble?
I think it was one of the people on stage with him, and they couldn't pinpoint it on him exactly. So
Yeah.
I think somebody got in trouble, but I don't think it was him.
It's probably he was doing that, and the lady smashed herself in the face on purpose. You know, they're good. He's made an association with the party that usually gets you in trouble, so we won't make any associations.
so we got John Ritt on Facebook says he's got your Smashing Pumpkin bottles.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's it,
as soon
John.
as we're on our way through Chicagoland,
No.
we have to stop by and pick them up.
But you won't be there.
I said we.
No,
but-
yeah, but you meant me, because not this weekend, but the following weekend. If the Lillian comes through, I'm going to be coming back on Sunday, John. Just want to let you know.
Oh, there's always a possibility I could go. It's
Okay.
just a matter of.
But when I'm coming back on Sunday, John, I'm going to set it up so that you've got a tasting with your friends. I'm going to be bringing that French lick and that Lillian, and I'll deliver it to you, and then we'll do our trade for all the bottles. I understand that you've gotten me some good stuff. John is out of Chicago, Matt, and there's a distillery there that had a blue corn that everybody was going crazy about in Chicago, and he picked me up a bottle like a year ago. And which one is it?
Bonus?
I don't know. Are they out of Illinois?
This is from Texas.
Okay, yeah, it's not that one. But they're actually out of Illinois. It's an Illinois distillery, so I was really interested. But you know, our sponsor, which is Rosewood, he's out of Houston. So this next year, I'm going to be doing a Texas tour.
We're going to be doing
Jeff, is
it.
the bottle in the
We,
top
yes.
bottle? Okay.
What?
Yeah. You see how he's trying to leave us out, Rob?
Yeah. So what did you say? What was the question, Matt?
Definitely is trying to leave us out.
Talking about called Skillback?
I don't know.
Blue Label.
Yeah, it could be. But John Ritt, what is he?
Distilling.
Oh, it's called. What's it called?
Whiskey Acres
it's-
blue popcorn out
It's
of
blue popcorn out of the DeKalb, and it's called
DeKalb.
Whiskey Acres. It's out of DeKalb, Illinois. So that's what it is. So I'm gonna.
Guys,
That sounds good.
I mean, that's what I love. I love random, but I mean, blue popcorn. That's interesting. That makes me intrigued. So I'm going to pick up that, and then he's got me. I asked him, and he got the Smashing Pumpkins bottle there at Nash. Did you get your bottle?
no, John still got it.
Oh yeah, he's got your bottle. I'm
And,
picking up yours, and then I asked him if he could get me mine, and he just said he got me mine. So I'm picking up both. All right, so that's the thing. That's what I love about podcasting and everything, especially since we've been doing these lives, and everybody's been in, for the lives, and you get to meet so many different people. That the cool thing about YouTube is, let's see. Oh, all right. So Walker went over to YouTube and started talking to people. So that's really kind of cool.
Thanks,
Hey,
Walker.
Everybody, I hate to do this, but we're pulling up to our destination here, and I'm gonna have to use my phone so I can get a check. And all.
Well, once you do
But,
that, if you finish up, Come back, jump back
Once
on.
we get once we get checked in and get in the room, I'll try to get back on, okay?
Okay, I don't know if we'll still be here, but if we are, you should jump back in. I got a lot of packing to do
Absolutely.
for tomorrow. That's for
Mhm.
sure. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers, Nash.
Bye, Martin.
See you here just in a little while.
All right. So this should go good when it goes. Now that he drops, then it should be all Matt. Matt should be on YouTube. Are you watching it on YouTube there, Matt? Can you see that too? Yeah.
We're on YouTube back here. It's you and Roxy.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see you guys.
There you go. So, and then I'm just trying to make sure everybody can see you. I mean, now that it's us, do you want me just? Nope. If I just put it speaker, then it goes back and forth. So on on Facebook now we're doing good. So
we're both on there.
what did you say? You're picking up all three. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm going to pick up all.
Thanks.
And so the other aspect of it is that I want to start getting some of the more people who are interested in whiskey and guests. And then, I mean, I know that's what you want to do. And I've been working really hard with the next pour. Now, I like the Allison Chains. This picks up a tequila finish. What'd you think of that, Roxy?
It's very smoky.
I would say so. It's definitely. Did you like it? Was it too smoky?
It's a little too smoky. I mean, if you like something smoky, you will really like it. It's a little too smoky for my
all right
pleasure, but I certainly wouldn't pour it out or anything.
So the other one, if you want to talk about rock stars, and me and Matt both like this, is the Heaven's Door. I've got this one is the Exploration. Did you get a bottle of that yet?
So you had that over about 3 weeks ago. Mark picked that one.
Okay. And it's just like, I really, when we first were talking, I talked a little bit to the rep and everything. Now the rep that I was talking to left, and I talked to the new rep, but Heaven's Door now has their own distillery, right?
They've blown up. They're a lot bigger than they were when I first turned by.
Yes, and actually, in my opinion, I think their whiskey, from the time we did our first podcast with their little tasting kit, where I like their bourbon and everything, and their Tennessee bourbon and their whatnot, but I think their whiskey's taken a step up overall, just where they're going and everything. Everything I drink out of there, it's kind of like initially it was another blending kind of thing with the gimmick with Bob Dylan. It's Bob Dylan's brand, but at the same time, the whiskey has rose and represented. It's a whiskey good enough to be Bob Dylan's brand, right? Talking about one of the greatest rock stars in the history of the world, one of them. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but one of the greatest. And you would think if he's going to do a bourbon and stick, this isn't a one and done, right? That's what I like about it. What do you think, Matt?
They keep stepping it up with their tenure stuff. Their rye is really good. These bottles that they're coming out with now, with the new flavor bottle, that little square in the middle, like you have. These bottles are all like way steps above where they started off, or it just had a blue flavor, blue one, and a blue one.
Did you have some?
They all bottles look better, whiskey tastes better. Seems like I'm stepping. Proof's been coming up with.
Yeah, and I mean, like on this one, I pick up like really unique flavors like grape. You pick up like a grapey, almost.
I was just going to say that it tastes like Concord grapes with a kick.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I really think they up their overall presence. I actually have right here also the 10-year, which I thought was fantastic. Also, when they put the 10-year out, and then. So once again, having a party, with everybody. And this is one I think that everybody would always love. I mean, if you pull out the 10-year or you pull this out during a party and you start playing some Bob Dylan and whatever, I think you've got There's a lot of people. So you guys got it? You guys gonna drink it, or it wasn't even open?
Yeah, it's not open, but we can open it.
Yeah.
Shot the video already. This is the second bottle we've had in it. Because I like it that much that I wouldn't put another one.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was at this point not, put it this way. There's so many, and you got to be feeling it too. There's so many whiskeys out there, right? That I'm just gonna make sure this is working. Yep, yeah, and there's so many bourbons and whiskeys out there now. It's almost impossible to keep up, right? I know you take advantage of help, right? You've got guys that will bring over bottles, and you guys will all taste it together. Everybody kind of does it. I used to have Super Nash's help. Super Nash is the reason why the podcast started off in the first place, because he was able to get me anything I wanted or talk about. And after 400 podcasts, we pretty much talked about most everything. So there's certain things that just keep making the rounds year after year. But as I keep getting older, it seems like the years keep going faster and faster, right?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, so anyways, you got the 10 in there now? Wait, let me grab some.
Cheers, guys. Oh, you guys don't have it yet. I'll wait for you. I'll
pour it. Yeah,
see,
that's a 10.
let me go off of what you were just talking about here, because basically I've already worked myself up to having 300 bottles, which for me is ridiculous because I have to build these shelves and these fridges and do all kinds of stuff to get all these bottles in. So what I like to do is, if say Steve goes and gets new bottles, I'm like, Steve, bring your stuff over, let's shoot the bottles through that. So just the story, but get that. I just traded for this, and I got the bottles in the store. Then when I have new bottles to shoot for, I have to go to the store every 2 days and spend my entire paycheck on buying new bottles. I think my wife likes it better that way, when I don't have to go buy a million different bottles every week.
Well, I would Roxy's here to say that's the same thing. We're getting ready to go to Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and I have been on I think since March, I've only bought 3 bottles.
Roxy needs a vacation.
But I will tell you, of the 3 bottles that I bought, that's fine. Actually, it was 5, because I bought 2 bottles of 2XO, and I'm looking over there.
Yes, because I was counting in my mind, going.
Okay. Yes.
There's a little more than 3.
But but also she's been prefacing it that you're going to go to Kentucky Bourbon Festival. You're going to want to spend some money and buy some bottles there.
Save it.
But also, we also bought 400 bottles of 200, almost 200 bottles of Dalton and 200 bottles of Lily and Sinclair.
Those aren't for you, though.
I know I'm not, but still. There's going to be a decent amount here for a while that I promised her I would move. So I'm going to count on you, Matt, to tell all your friends to get one too. And honestly, at one point I would let's just do a tasting with it, where we get a group from Cleveland on the Rocks, and I'll have everybody taste it, and if they're excited about it, they can get one.
I didn't get to go on that pick, but the samples that Jeff brought back were incredible, especially that Dalton. That Dalton is probably better than the last one that we did. And everybody wanted more, and there was no more. So get it while you can.
That's awesome. If you bring it down and you can shoot it there in it, I can put it out there, and it'll be cool. Yeah. And then we can also put a link to where they can buy it from. So that way you can upload some of the bottles. That way you free up some money to buy more bottles.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just leave people could do Venmo, and I'll leave a couple cases up by you. And if you do that, I'll leave a couple. You'll get a couple bottles.
Okay, we can do it.
Kevin Keaton asks, has anyone tried the new Eric Church?
Have you tried the Eric Church? What's Eric?
Anyone tried the Eric Church?
What is Eric
Church? Jack Daniel? Or his own blend?
I'm not sure.
So the answer is no.
I have not. I didn't. Now, see, Matt's up on it. I'm not.
No, I know what you're talking about. And she's on that stream right now and selling them online, but for ridiculous money, I don't know where it comes from. I was really iffy on it. My beer guy actually bought a bottle of it. Keith bought some.
So yeah,
So if you're willing to open it, I can try it and then tell you what it tastes like.
yeah,
But
that's
I don't know if he's collecting it or what's going on. So I'll have to ask him.
So Derek Sigler says he'll get a bottle from you. I assume he's talking about the Spirit of French Lake.
yeah.
So Derek does videos with us all the time. He had launched your last bottle too, because he brought that over there to share with us.
Okay.
It's
We
always
gotcha.
sharing the Chrome. He does.
All right.
So I like the exploration better than
You
the
do?
10-year. Yeah.
I-
So
But if you're at a party and you're trying to just like kind of drink and get drunk kind of thing, not that we're getting drunk tonight and we're just sipping still, but I think the 10-year goes down way better at a party than the other one. The other one is like, that is a sipping one for out by the fire. Way more complex, tons of things. If you're at a party, you don't want complexity. Do you agree with me, Matt? Like if you're partying with your friends,
I
and
do not
everything-
agree. I'm going to vehemently disagree.
But Matt, don't you have a like after you have to do so many
Because
tastings?
this is a lot tastier.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
So then you
But
want
you're
to
wasting
drink
it at a
something
party.
that's-
You're getting drunk.
So
Well, why would you
Listen,
be getting
he's
drunk?
I have a drink made whiskey with me. You'll always be with me in 2 cups. And I look like the alcoholic of the group. And I'm always having 2 things. One of them is something that I can save with Mr. Coke or play with it or it's something different or whatever everyone else. Then I have my glass of whiskey at the stand, and I'll be sipping that all night. Which is something or Joseph Magnus or something whatever I pick for that drink, and I walk around drinking it.
Well, I think also that if you got 2 cups and you're getting down to the end of, you got the Coke in there and you're getting down to the end and you want to try something else, you just pour it in there and then you drink up the Coke and then you go off to the next one, right?
See, Matt, that's my I.W. Harper 15-year.
Yeah, that's
That
her,
I just
that's
sip,
her jam.
That I just sip,
I mean, I've got
whenever.
I get bottles of this shit. Nash got one from the 70s. But I'm telling you, I.W. Harper 15 is definitely. I opened that bottle last night, okay, and we were out by the fire, and I opened it, and the smell of it was so good. And then I pour. Yes, it's only, I believe,
it's
80 proof,
80 proof.
but it's 15-year, and I'm telling you,
It doesn't drink like an 80 proof.
I mean, it reminded me of a lot of the Dusties I drink. You know, when you drink Dusties from the 70s and the 80s,
without the funk,
they got a little bit of that rich bourbon taste. We're talking about the ones that don't have the funk, but just
yes,
have,
Kevin, I.W. Harper is good. Yes, it is, Kevin.
so
Thank you.
that one, that's
that you guys have is well better than everything else they have. The forecast, I'm not the biggest fan of. And I've had one other I.W. Harper that I didn't listen to. That 15 like ridiculous.
you like the 15, but
Yeah.
the cast strength, you're saying no, you mean the cast finished one? You weren't impressed.
I didn't like the port finish one.
No, I didn't either.
The which one?
The port finish.
Yeah, the port
I
finish. Yeah, I admit, because it's not. You know what? Yeah.
It took away
But
the
Matt,
elements of it that were so
Matt,
good.
I agree, but the port finish isn't 15-year-old whiskey.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just port finish. And then it was just like, I really think it's probably better than what you think it is. But because you have the 15 and you have such high standards for an 80 proof at 15, that you do the port finish and you go like, it's not happening. I'm going to drink.
Right.
I'm going to drink 15.
But this is affordable. It's a
kind of is.
Well, compared to what we.
Well, I mean,
yes.
Well, when we first started drinking it was 65, right?
Mhm.
Here in Ohio, MSRP a couple years ago, but it was 115 at the distillery. Now it's like 160 at the distillery and 80.
And 80 here. Yeah.
But either way,
I thought it was for 80 or 85, and I'm like, that's not bad.
No, I mean that's for a 15-year, that's a good price.
I mean, I think it exists in a realm of Pappy Van Winkle 15, but without like the caramel aspect. It's like, you know, a Pappy Van Winkle 15 does not drink like a 15-year-old whiskey.
No, this has lighter fruit notes.
Where that one,
a little bit lighter.
yeah, but it also picks up the oak of the barrel.
It does. Enough, but not too much. And then finishes with that sweet finish that stays. It has a long, sweeter finish. So it's not so sweet on the front end like a Woodford Double Oak or something. And it's, you know, it fills the whole mouth. So the body's really good. So you got like, you know, you can feel it in your front palate, your sides of your cheeks, the tip of your tongue, but without, you know, roasting your esophagus all the way down. So
you guys got the dry. It's like a dried plum in there.
There you go. Yes. Like a.
Give me some.
Give me some,
please. Please.
It's mine.
It's like a super dried plum with like a nice oak in it back to it, and it looks equally long. Like sipping this, and I feel like that was it.
So
exactly.
I see you guys have 13 Colony there, right? That middle bottle. What is that? Is that the double oak?
No, this one is the straight 95 proof. Steve actually just brought this over today. You want to talk about this?
Yeah, talk about it because I'm intrigued by. I like the distillery. They sent me 2 samples. I haven't done I've tried to be getting together with them to do the podcast, but I just can't hook up with them. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you get samples of stuff and you want to wait, and they gave me their bourbon and their rye, but I haven't been able to hook up. You know, I haven't been able to make it work. The other aspect is, Matt. There is. Have you heard about Mount Vernon, George Washington's distillery, where they've basically restored it back to its heritage, and they grow the corn. They have they have the original mill that grained the corn and the wheat, and Steve Bashore. He's the master distiller there. I got to meet him in Pennsylvania at Stolen Wolf when Alan Bishop was doing a veterans armed service thing that Nash got to be a part of. So I went there and covered that. And honestly, meeting Steve, but I want to get up to that Virginia distillery. We should both go up there together.
Put me down.
I'll drive.
So aren't they doing like a free ranch thing where everything farm it's like all storage right there local, or it's right in a property?
Okay.
Yeah, is that the same one? I think I read about this, but
no, the one that it's in Virginia, and he basically is making rye exactly to the specifications of what George Washington did when he ran his distillery. It's George Washington's actual distillery. So all of his stuff is like, the labels are like, Steve just pays attention. The labels are beautiful. It's all about George Washington, and they keep doing it. Now, they keep pulling in pot distillers from across the country to do like mash-ins and do batches, but he basically runs it, and we're invited to come down and do podcasts and everything. But if that's the case, I've been trying to get there, but I'm going to get there either late this year or early spring of next year. So I would like to, I'll probably, Roxy won't be able to go, so I'll probably need a guy to drive along. Let's go down there.
Okay. Let me know when you said properly.
But that place is history. You know what I mean? It's in Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. So it's not that far. It's like 7 hours. But we could even stop at Stolen Wolf, which is a Pennsylvania distiller that is bringing back the rye. And the master, let's see, I want to say one of the master distillers is the distiller that the last Michter's distiller before they left Pennsylvania.
That's really cool.
They initially called it I believe, the Bomberger's distillery, but then Michter sued them to stop, and so they changed it to Stolen Wolf.
It's really cool. I think the history behind the whole place and what. Awesome.
Well, I
I'd
really
be more than down with it.
now there's a. I mean, honestly, even like historically, there's so many places around us that, as it keeps going, that are making whiskey. I mean, down in the Dayton, Columbus area is Indian Creek, and they run the pot stills that are the same pot stills that they run at the George Washington distillery, but they run them in Ohio. They were actually her I want to say her great grandpa's that they shut down during Prohibition, and then they were like put into a barn. And Misty and Joe down there, Misty, it's her great grandpa, started running them again.
Did you see what
Awesome.
Walker said?
I
He
haven't
has a
followed Indian Creek.
13th colony.
Oh,
Walker's
13th
one.
colony? Yeah, so
that-
let's get back.
that
What
was
did you think of the 13th colony?
To be honest with you, we haven't got to that one yet. We're gonna put that one next though, and I'll.
This is awesome. Oh, yeah. What did you guys do the IW Harper port?
I actually on that one.
Yeah, you like pass. Yeah, I would pass too.
Pass. Hard pass.
Okay.
If I
You know
had the
that
big team like you guys did, I would have done that. But Saturday one, I'm not the biggest fan. I do offer that to everyone that comes, trying to get rid of bucks so I can get it up on. But not my jam. Not my jam at all.
But this is just me, but I will give any distillery a challenge to make a port finished bourbon that I enjoy, because every time we go and we try one, I love other finishes, but the port is just not.
Do you like Angel's Envy?
I have a tattoo of Angel's Envy.
I know you do. I know, but do you?
I like Angel's Wings.
But do you like Angel's Envy?
Not particularly.
Because all Angel's
I
Envy,
know they're all finished.
every single Angel's Envy is port
I
finished.
know.
Although, have you tried the Angel's
Do you ever
Envy?
see me drinking Angel's Envy?
I'm going to be getting into it because they're going to start producing
So
bourbon.
when we went on the tasting, there was one that I thought was okay, but I don't remember what it was.
The rye?
No,
Oh, yeah.
couldn't.
Just every ride.
See, she goes, I don't remember what it was, but it was the
rye?
port finished rye. The port, I'm
Okay,
not.
well maybe because that totally toned down all the rye flavors that,
The port's gonna do that to that time. Overpower the ride and lock the customer,
Mhm.
and it softens it to where anyone will like it. I welcome people to
That's probably why I liked it.
And they're like, you know what, Matt, these are pretty good. I said, at first, it's a palate used to it, and then the other ride is so that's how I get people to get on it.
Yeah.
It's something to do with that one.
Maybe because it's the port's too dry. I mean, maybe it's that dry sort of.
No, it's because when you're dealing with.
You know what port's good in? Wassail. That's it.
Hey, that's
Actually,
it.
we're gonna change it. The next time I see you, we're gonna
That's where it goes in Wassail.
Hey, so Matt, I'll invite you down for a podcast in the colder days of Ohio.
Mhm.
And when you come down, we'll try and bring your wife, and we'll do a podcast on Wassail.
You want me to make my world famous Wassail? Because
Roxy
legit, it is world famous, or it could be.
crazy.
sounds fantastic.
It's crazy insane.
I mean, who's against mixing up a concoction on your stove that consists of bourbon and what else? Rum. What are all the different things that you rum?
It's a secret.
Anyways, and then it's got fruit juice and apple cider and mulling spices and everything that goes
It's
in
the
it.
perfect combination.
But then
of
all you do
mulling spices,
is you keep it up
oranges, lemons, other secret things, and And we keep it going the whole, like for a month.
All
It's
you
just
do is just keep
nonstop
adding
going.
more ingredients, but just keep it low simmer on the stove.
Yeah, there's a
So like
there's a
all
very
week long,
specific
maybe on
beer in
Wednesday
there,
it's a rough day at work, you have some wassail.
and the
then-
whole house smells
and
like
then friends come over
Christmas.
and you have wassail, and then it's just the coolest. The English, it's by far what the English or the British.
well,
that's
that's
the
from
best thing.
that's a little piece of my Welsh heritage.
Yeah, but
right?
that is like the coolest thing. Americans just don't get into it, but I definitely do.
People
Do you
come
know-
over to my house and they
How
go,
far
"What's that
are you
smell?
guys
What's that
located
smell?"
from your Christmas party?
5 minutes.
Okay. So if we come out early, you're gonna have to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So when we do the Christmas party, we basically have a pre-party here because everybody comes up. Everybody comes up
We
and
get
we,
invited to that part last year.
we do the Christmas party. We do the Christmas podcast. And then we do the New Year's podcast. And then we do the pre-Christmas party. And then we do the Christmas party. So it starts at 10 o'clock.
Morning?
It says 10 a.m. in the morning. We do 10 a.m. We do the live, Christmas. We do the Christmas podcast and the Bourbon of the Year podcast.
Yeah, so there's two.
So that 2 o'clock we do the Bourbon of the Year, and then that leads into and with lunch in between, and then that leads into the pre-party where everybody coming down. I basically open up my bar for anybody to taste anything I got.
Lunches, I'll cook something delicious.
And then we head over to Gervasi.
And we get waffle on the grill.
Which what?
Waffle in the middle
Oh,
before we go to
we'll just
Gervasi?
okay. So we'll have lunch, whip out a wassail podcast with everybody, and then we'll do
wassail for breakfast.
and then I'll include you in the Bourbon of the Year. You can get a vote.
Ooh.
Sounds fantastic. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll head out earlier this year. We'll make it in the morning.
And then just bring you can bring Stephen J. It's my man cave, so I've got 65-inch television with recliners while we're
Lots
doing
of
it.
seating.
They can just hang out.
Yeah, dude. I'm doing it.
And then bring
I'll
your
book in the room at Jeff's Palace.
all right, bring your wife as a designated driver.
I know she's gonna go for
Who's
that.
your
She's like,
designated
"Oh,
driver?
You.
What? No.
We'll hire one.
Uber.
I just want this year's Christmas party to go a little bit better.
Wasn't Seth our designated driver last year?
Last year's Christmas party was living hell. I had to throw the whole damn thing while you were sick.
Oh, that's
Carl
true.
was-
I had the flu.
Whiskey was sick.
Oh my god.
I was dealing with sick people.
I
I
had
was
the
dealing,
flu so bad.
and
I
you know
wanted
why?
to go so bad, and I couldn't.
and you know why I
couldn't
didn't
go.
get
and it
sick?
wasn't COVID. It was the legit.
Because I was drinking bourbon the whole time.
I was laying in bed with the chills, dying.
It was too. I was pretty late. It was fun.
Yeah. So what I love about Gervasi is the cigar patio. We were out on the cigar patio. That was just a
that was a sad day for me. I was so sad.
What really makes Gervasi is Mike. Mike makes Gervasi to me. I love Mike. Mike is awesome.
Yeah, because Mike, our night was always Sunday night, and we went to Sunday night during COVID for 2 straight years. I don't think we missed a Sunday night with Mike. Now Mike works Sunday nights at the basement. So
sometimes we go there on Sunday nights.
Yeah, we mostly go Friday
we
nights.
go Friday nights
to
to Gervasi if we.
But we haven't been to Gervasi as much this year as we normally have because it kind of sucks to go to Gervasi, right? And with a broken arm or pulled wisdom teeth. I mean, it's just it hasn't been working out.
No, but we might go see Steve-O. Well, you won't be here. I'm going maybe by myself.
Yeah, she's gonna
with a date.
Go ahead. Is it Walker?
Tell
Oh
Mike I said hi when you
my
go
God,
out.
Walker's gonna
Tell Mike
be
I said
like
what's up.
having a panic attack. You're gonna make Walker have a
He's gonna
panic
be with
attack.
me. I'm not worried.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about Walker.
You're on a date with Walker.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we're sleeping together.
oh my God. I'm sorry, Walker, that he said
So,
that.
Roxy, when you go down, make sure you tell Mike I said what's up.
I will.
I
will.
I haven't been down there this week, so
But I gotta see,
I'll make
little
it.
Steve-O's will be there the last weekend of the month, right? We determined? Or is it this weekend?
I have no idea.
If
I
you
just
get a
know-
chance, look at the Stillhouse's entertainment section and come
Yeah,
out and
so
see
Matt-
little Steve-O.
Matt, have you gone to Wisconsin yet? Have you been in Wisconsin? Wisconsin.
I've been to
Wisco?
Wisconsin because I'm obsessed with cheese.
So you've been to Wisconsin? So
I've been through. So Jay's going to Wisconsin in 2 weeks here. When I'm coming to see you guys plus.
wait a second. You're going
That's
in
why
2
Jay can't
weeks.
Make it to the bus.
So not this
He's
weekend, but
going
the
to
next weekend, Jay. You're going to Wisconsin.
The week of the 24th. It's my wife's birthday, so we normally go on vacation for my wife's birthday, but we're going to see my son instead, Wisconsin. He's in Alaska, Wisconsin.
So the 31st and the 1st, or this weekend.
It's for the week of the 20th. Oh, you moved it from the Bourbon Festival? Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
you're
next
talking about
month.
September. You're going September, the weekend of
The
the
20
21st and
yeah.
the 22nd.
Try. I would. No, I'll still talk to you. She's probably watching this now. Still. And you have one ticket left. Yeah.
I have. Well,
Alright.
it's your guy that the guy that you had coming. He had to cancel to go get his daughter. Remember, out of Colorado.
I don't think that would be. I got me,
Kevin
Steve,
says
and
don't
Andrew
talk about
coming.
Wisconsin. He's a
Joseph
Bears fan.
canceled on us this year and said he's getting married. He has to save money. But no, that wasn't me. He's a Bears fan. He's reading your comment.
Oh, wait. One of the guys the 3 people that purchased tickets through you. I thought you knew him.
You have me, Steve, and Andrew, and we're all 3 good.
You're still going. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where the other guy that canceled it, that wants to cancel, comes from then. I thought he was one of your guys. Okay.
You don't want to say his name on here, you don't have to, but text it to me. And I mean,
There's
it's
still
just us 3.
no, there's still one available. He wants to put up his ticket. That's it. He said, I can't refund it unless I get someone else to go. But I told him I would do everything I could to sell it to get someone else to go. So if you have one more guy, all they have to do is pay it, and I'll take that money and give it back to him. Are you going?
We plead to my wife. Might be watching. It work that. Shout out to me. Really, if you're going to work tonight, we would really like Jay to come and go have a bus day with us. It would be awesome, and he could actually get out and work until 8 o'clock every night. Just have fun with us and relax.
I mean,
All right,
it's,
There's other ladies on the
I'm
bus.
telling you,
We'll keep an eye on
let's
them.
just real quick talk about what happens with this bus.
Yeah,
tour.
where is the bus going? Let's talk about
Okay, so I just got from the bus company, which I'm going to have to make my second payment September 1st, which everybody paid, so that's no problem. But we got special pours. Why do I keep saying Jay? Matt already knows all about this. Both Matt goes. Anyways, last year the special pours are like freaking crazy. Now
Mhm.
I will tell you this. Then when we finish up, there's even more special pours. But you're gonna get a bunch of whiskey that you've never tasted before, or that's hard to taste, that will be on the bus in between each stop. But the first stop that we are making in the morning is Bardstown Bourbon Company. Now, normally when we go to Bardstown Bourbon Company, we get a tasting and a taste through from Greg Schneider, who makes Chicken Cock whiskey, and he lets us taste all the way through new make to the stuff he's releasing right now. But we were sadly informed that Greg's not going to be able to make it. But I was informed by the Kentucky Bourbon Boys bus tour that we are going to be doing a thieving tour from barrels.
That's sweet.
We are going into, it's called somebody's corner, Jay's corner, Randy's corner, something like that. Anyways, we're going to go into there. We're going to go into that barrel room, and we're going to be able to all thieve from a barrel, drink straight from a barrel. Then we're going to go and we're going to have lunch.
Bring your thieves.
And then we're going to Limestone Branch Distillery, where Stephen Beam and Stephen Fonte are going to take us through a single barrel pick.
Woo!
We are going to be able to taste 4 different bourbons. We're going to vote, and we're going to pick the single barrel that we would pick. Now, they will have bottles available of those single barrels, so we will be able to purchase them before we leave. Then, when we finish up there, we're headed to Heaven Hill, where I'm trying to get Connor O'Driscoll to lead one of our executive bourbon tastings. That also includes lunch at the Bardstown Country Club in between the Bardstown Bourbon Company, thieving, and then going to Yellowstone or Limestone Branch. So we are talking about, then we finish up back at our Airbnb. We order pizza,
which we pick up on the way.
So dinner's covered, and then we basically sit by the campfire and try not to drive into cornfields.
Oh my gosh, you're really a frog. Hey man, my wife watches this. You might want to go to that movie.
He's like, forget it. There's no way I'm going now.
What? I didn't say. I wasn't accusing you, Matt. I mean, we just try not to drive into cornfields. That's it.
Yeah, we're not saying anybody's ever driven into a cornfield.
Yeah, we're just saying we try not to.
Try not to drive in a cornfield. Wink, wink.
To be honest with you, I'm not driving this year. So now I don't have to worry about getting this anywhere. So I'm good.
Yeah, you are. But and I have to say, Matt, you were way better than your counterpart, Matt.
Yes.
Well,
I don't even think Matt knew.
He woke up in the middle of a cornfield when I was running through corn stalks like, there's no road anymore. We're in my car that
Hey, Matt, just so all I'm gonna say about it is I wish you were recording that shit, because that would have got like 100 million views.
Yeah, because when those farmers woke up in the morning, they were like, "What the beep?"
What we should do
circles
is we
in my
should stay as
cornfield,
sober as we can,
courtesy,
and we should write Scotchy Bourbon
of
Boys
Matt
and Cleveland Rocks in a cornfield.
Yeah.
While we're driving through.
I got a Corvette ready to do it because I brought it last year, and I'm like, I'm not driving this anymore. I'm done. I'll tell you what though, that was a blast though, because even at the fire, we did the most ridiculous things. And the new CT bottles that he had there, I saw the rare perfection and the stuff that was pouring. I'm like, you're the only people I know that even knows it's something that's kind of crazy.
Well, Mike, this
is the new one that I was going to text you on and ask you if you ever heard of, because I had a new set with the guy who does TikTok videos from Justin's House of Bourbon.
Okay.
And his favorite bottle is called Anita's Choice. Have you heard of this bottle?
No. I'm surprised it's not E.H. Taylor Tornado batch.
To be honest with you, the guys over there try to outdo everyone else. What I mean is find something that anyone else doesn't know of, so it doesn't have to be the most expensive thing. They find the best tasting thing, and that's why I'm like, I recently just got to be friends with all the guys that are around us.
What's John saying?
Do whiskey tasting there, and one of the guys there has a bottle of Anita's Choice. Come over and drink it with us and shoot some things. It should be really, really fun because the whiskey selection and all of our they're absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen this many bottles in a room.
So what are you doing? What is your schedule for Kentucky Bourbon Festival? You got tickets?
It's gonna go and My wife was going to go with me, but she had to cancel on going, so I ended up having the tickets to go. So I could probably drive back down and have to be on Friday, but I didn't buy it.
Okay.
I don't know if they're sold out or not, but
They're sold. Yeah, they just sold out last week.
Mhm.
But
I figured.
so how long are you staying?
Plan was to come down with this Tuesday night and meet you up at that bar that we met up at here. I chilled down guys that we go we'll do the bus tour on Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then we would head back Thursday. I was gonna buy tickets, come back home, pick up Jonah, come back Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But one of our buddies from Gatlinburg, Cody from Sugarlands, is getting married in October. So I had to switch the days and I had to pick off. I wanted to come down there to drink with you guys for
Okay.
So wait, before you do that,
anymore to go to the wedding.
Yeah, which makes sense.
so Walker says first person to pass
I
out
would
is
come back
still
down on
waking up in a
Friday,
cornfield.
Yeah,
And John says autograph the corn tassels with a Sharpie. Yeah.
autograph the corn. Yeah, that would be awesome. That I think a Corvette
He said,
corn tassels.
it's not a DUI if I carry you there on my back and drop you off. And I think John says it's a WWI, walking while intoxicated.
A WWI. There you go.
A WWI.
So do you guys have any of
They
this?
got some funny folks on Facebook tonight. Dark arts, yes. That's
You have
delicious.
one of those.
Yeah. So let's finish up with the dark arts because this is where you just finish up at the end of the night with some damn good whiskey. And
You put over a brand new stag too.
yeah, well,
Pass me a
you
dark
should.
arts.
I would say that you should absolutely open up that stag and see what it is. I mean,
That's the plan.
there's it's hit or miss, right?
Let's be fair. Yeah.
Was it a hit?
The 13 colony to me was kind of unapproved and okay. It's going to be ridiculous, and I'm still looking for more. But this one's okay.
But that 13th colony, what everybody went ape shit over was the double oak.
Yeah.
They everybody lost their minds on it, and it was, and I believe it probably was damn good. I tried to get a sample from them. They sent me a rye and a bourbon, and I tried to get the sample and get whatever. They were kind of not for it. Then I said, well, let's just do the podcast anyways, kind of thing. But at the same time, you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, I would be interested to know what that new stag. What was that? When did that get released in Ohio?
Oh, this is last year, 23C.
Okay.
Yep.
For stag, I love it. I have like 3 bottles opened and whatever, but it's kind of like as you just keep going and you only can drink a little bit of each bottle, at one point it just becomes pointless. You know what I mean? I got 4 of them.
2 bottles that like overpowers you for the night. And you're like, you know what? I'm just drinking this tonight, and it's good.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3.
Half a bottle of that in my existence by work.
I mean, you guys on YouTube can see all the whiskey over on this side behind my, by my cabinet.
There's just as much over
but
there that
behind
you can't see.
the screen that you're looking at, there's another whole cabinet, and then I got 2 more cabinets over there. And then I got stacked up bookers and little books by the fireplace, and so we're looking at, you were saying 3, I'm at 8, Matt. Cheers to 800 bottles.
Oh, 800?
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
I now have a bunker. I didn't know what it was. Until I realized I didn't know what it was until the last podcast when I was talking about all the things. Well, I guess I have a bunker. Stuff I don't show people that's in the back where there's like 80 bottles in the bunker. I got the museum.
I keep my bunker when you guys can't see it back. It's only a very little closet.
Yeah.
All the bunch of different exposed zones, like the different tequilas. I got bunker from 3 years ago. I got all 4 of those. A couple of Eagle Rare, I think some store pick Next edition, the Hennessy, the Crown, the Browns bottle.
Yeah.
And then I have 75 bottles of wine over there. My mom about them. So, Mezcals, tequilas, the Corolla bottle of vodka. I got a lot of, and my beer collection.
Yeah, you do. I don't know how the hell you do beer, and it's Randy, who's El Presidente and president of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. He's from out of Wisconsin, like me, and he drinks beer. He was a beer guy before he became a bourbon guy. Once he took over, and he still enjoys beer. So beer was always really filling for me. And also, I'm one of those people where if I drink 20 Bud Lights, I gain like 15 pounds just in one sitting, where there's guys that I manage all the time. They can drink, 40 Bud Lights in a weekend and they're skinny as hell. So I don't participate in beer as much, but
you're
It's the
drinking the wrong
carbs.
beer though. So when I go to drink beers with my buddy, I drink 2 beers. And that gets me where I can't drive home. 15%, 4%.
I enjoy them. I've always been a Guinness guy. I like going to Fathead and having a 12.5% or a 14%. I'll have one, but at the same time, it still comes down to it's so damn filling, and bourbon and whiskey. It's like gets me where I want without being bloated. On a holiday, what it was coming down to about like 10 years ago, I'd have my dress pants on, and dress pants are always a little bit tight because the year before you were skinnier. and I'd wear my sweater, and but by the end of the night, man, nothing was fitting. So I can wear my dress clothes and have a couple.
Explain to you beer when we go on the bus.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I have a different thought of beer than most people do, and you'll understand my view of beer. I'm telling you, I'm going to bring one beer for the bus.
Yeah, bring it. Bring a. Okay, I challenge. I want a bourbon finished beer.
I actually will have one rested in bourbon barrels for beers. I'll bring it. It has to be ice cold though.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to somehow keep it cold.
Bring it cold. Just bring it in a little cooler. We can bring coolers on the bus. The whole idea, as you know, the whole idea of the bus is not like what normal driving around is. The whole idea of the bus is you can bring whatever you want and drink whatever you want while you're driving. Because the drives.
I drank a half a bottle on the bus while we were doing this, so I was like, kept going. It's fine.
Yeah. Is that Jay that you're trying to get?
I was trying to explain to Steve. I'm like, we can pour all day, but let me just tell you, I have so much stuff to drink through, like it's crazy. So
yeah. And then you go to the distilleries and they got shit. I mean, it's a freaking blast. Plus, we're being recorded by Bo Cumberland the whole time, and you guys are going to be on TV.
mm-hmm.
And I was actually thinking of doing a couple lives from where we go to places if we're allowed.
We're allowed.
And
We're allowed. Yeah, do
we're
it.
allowed.
And if we buy the bottle from there, we'll come back and do a bottle share after that, and I'll have a bunch of the guys from Ohio that can come with us.
Yeah, you
and
can
then we'll
do
do
it.
a video on the bottle that we pulled out of the barrels. We need to borrow your stave to the fun.
I'm bringing my thief.
In the beef.
We'll have it all. It'll be all. It will be a blast. This one is even better than last year. I mean, and then I'll just keep. I'm gonna try and get Nick's. I contacted Greg Schneider to try and get Nick Smith to lead our tour when we do the taste. Who is the master distiller of Bardstown Bourbon Company? Nick's a great guy. So
That'd be awesome.
and then we definitely have Stephen Fonte. And if you ever met Stephen Fonte, man, that guy is Mr. Yellowstone, one of the great ambassadors. He will be in the Bourbon Hall of Fame soon.
Works for Yellowstone?
Yeah, Stephen Fonte. Yeah, he works with Stephen Beam for Yellowstone. He's been on the podcast 3 or 4 times. We went down and actually hung out with him and did a podcast from his backyard. He had us down, and
awesome.
and that guy loves cigars. So you're like drinking Yellowstone bourbon at a rate of you probably shouldn't be, and you're smoking cigars.
I'm good for that. That sounds great. Next time you go, I want to go.
Yeah, for sure. Would love to have you.
The Yellowstone bottles. They're the shape of like this one.
Yeah.
Because we have the normal Yellowstone cast.
Yeah, but that's a barrel pick right there. Those are beautiful. I love those.
But then the ones that are those flat bottles that are like the April ones that come to Ohio once a year.
Yeah.
Those are my jam. I'm like, why?
Yeah, they and then
they've got that they bring to Ohio.
They got minor case, and then their Yellowstone, and then there's they got their special, which I'll finish up with. I think it's right over here. It's a small bottle.
Can you get around?
Hold on.
Taste it.
Where is it? It's like little and small.
Small?
It's white label. Let me see. We are just jammed in here. All right, let me just do this. Okay, where is it?
So, Jeff, we have one of Steve's buddies putting out stuff in Ohio, and Steve's cousin, but I told him that. You could probably say it better than me. So, you want to tell them what they do here and do this?
Okay.
Jeff, he's got some new rums that are coming to Ohio, and they'll be in liquor stores. Steve, and we have the new rum and the new one. So, Steve could probably tell you more about it. That way, people will see it before it comes out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've been having people try this every time they come down here for whiskey tastings are here. I'm like, hey, you guys want to try new rum? They got these new rums here. His cousin makes this stuff. It's fantastic. I like the maple one.
Where does he make it?
In Portage County, Shaylansville.
All right, so it's a distillery he's a distillery making rum.
Yep.
Awesome.
So I always said, so initially, before I ever started drinking bourbon or absinthe, I loved rum. I loved Bacardi Limon, Bacardi Limon. I loved all different kinds. I love the vanilla of rum. And that's kind of like why I like bourbon, because I like the caramelizing of rum. I know that Turner Wathen, who is the nephew of Wathen's bourbon, he does rolling fork rum, and he finishes that in bourbon barrels. So we are a fan of rum here. So tell us all about it.
I don't know a whole lot, but it's always been into like distilling and stuff.
Yeah.
I made wine as a kid, and he kind of had a dream of getting his own distillery going, and he finally did it about 3 weeks ago. Did all the paperwork, got approved with the state.
Cool.
Now he's producing a small batch rum, a little known town.
Bring it on the bus, Matt.
You guys can see the label on here. This is what the label looks like.
Kind of
And
green.
you'll see this in stores very soon, right? They're coming out. Yeah, it's available. I think you only buy it there, though. There's like different licenses and stuff. I don't know what.
So he went with OHLQ. So he's with OHLQ.
It's on there. I think you only sold like bars. You can't wholesale stuff. I don't know if there's different licenses or permits or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
complicated states getting his way up to go to the stores, but now he's getting all the places, and then he has the place to do actual tastings there on site. And we've been tasting it here and putting it out to all my buddies that come over and do stuff. And we have quite a few people that come over here quite often. And just to give them a tasting note on it, and if they like this one and that one, and we go back and forth. So the maple finished one to me, I think tastes fantastic by itself, and I'll pour it in the glass. To me, I put 2 cubes of ice in it, and it's fantastic. I'll tell you what, we'll bring one on the bus. We'll have some fun with it.
Yeah.
We'll drink some
I'll bring some Sprite with us.
Sprite and rum.
Oh,
Sounds good.
it's fantastic, believe it or not.
That's a Jeff drink, Sprite and rum.
That's a Jeff drink if I want to drink like 20 drinks. Yeah. Sprite and
Well,
rum.
to be honest with you, you're in the bus, you're going to be drinking 70 drinks. So
Actually, if you're bringing rum, I'm bringing my eye patch.
Because Jeff was a pirate in another life. Right?
Because I've drank full.
He doesn't get drunk
I don't-
on drinking rum.
Oh,
he can
oh.
drink copious amounts of rum
There was
with no effect whatsoever.
It's funny because I was drinking a lot of rum and I can finish off bottles. And then I wake up the next day as if I wasn't drinking at all. I mean, that's why
It's
I always
dangerous.
felt I could have been a pirate, because I drink at night, be drunk, whatever, and then wake up and feel fine and do all the pirate things, kill people, take care of the.
For some odd reason, I remember this conversation. I think you've had this conversation. It's that
Yeah, it's rum. Rum does not affect me the way. I mean, I at the time of one of my reunions, like thinking that whiskey would go down like rum, and we had
that was a
all
bad
the
choice.
friends and everything was there, and we were
No.
drinking Jack Daniels and at the bar, and all of a sudden the next morning I woke up and I'm like, how did I get home? And I'm like, I guess it's not rum.
Yeah, and all your drunk friends were hitting on me at the
It's like
reunion.
rums. I have rums from the Caribbean, from Barbados. I have a handful of rums from all around the place.
I mean, for God's sakes, it's made from sugar cane. I mean, agave makes tequila, and that gets all funky to me. But when you're talking about just pure sugar, and it's basically like taking natural sugar, or no different than taking refined sugar and making moonshine. It's just it takes it down, it takes it up a notch. But at the same time, like I said,
You gotta get some backyard moonshine from West Virginia. I want to see what.
I got
I'm with
Nash's.
you.
I got Nash's Carolina. What was it? Sour Nash Carolina moonshine,
Mhm.
right? We called it Sour Nash, but I mean, there was Nash did this moonshine, and he aged it in his attic of his garage in South Carolina. And it was so hot, Matt, that it burned it. So it was like this moonshine, this clear moonshine. And when you'd sip it, you'd taste like brown sugar, but burnt as hell. And I'm like a fan of burnt toast. I'm a fan of burnt shit. I just like finished the podcast and just sipped that. It was just so fantastic. I think I have some left, but it was.
Who knows where?
No, I have it right under there in that case. I put it in my
bottles. They're like, oh, I don't know how big your room is, but I feel like that surrounds you.
I got a question, Matt.
They do. We're
So I'll ask you one question. We got to
last
finish.
question,
We got to
yeah.
finish up the podcast, and then we can talk a little bit on Facebook and YouTube. But here's the question. Oh my God,
The question's gone.
Oh, there's no question. So let's just finish.
Is that the question?
Yeah, it was just gone.
You'll remember it later.
Oh my God, it was based
You were
on.
talking about sour Nash and burning the moonshine. Anything? Anything? Little
Nope.
spark? Little
Nope,
spark?
there's no spark. It's just gone. It was a question for him, and I was going to end it, and then it was just gone. All right. Anyways, let's end the actual audio podcast. It's been a while, so it's a good night. Remember everybody.
Brain fart.
Hey, okay. So
Brain fart for sure.
throw out all your promotion, Matt. Tell everybody how they can see Cleveland on the Rocks and what they got to do, and throw that out.
With you. So basically, every Monday we do a new whiskey review. You got one of my buddies come on here, and you have me when we pick bourbon, and then you have a beer review on Thursdays. You get the newest to pick about or how it's out. Fridays, every other Friday, give or take, do a whiskey that tastes like something. They have the flavor whiskey, it's a root beer, it's a vanilla, it's all the newest whiskeys that come out. Smoke to the brains or make you a drink. Cook it up, make full fashion. Do some kind of crazy thing to make it work. So anything you're looking for, with whiskey, beer, or mixed drinks, we have all that. Anything mixed flavor to it, or any kind of one that you're like, I wonder if I should buy that bottle. You probably reviewed it. You go back. So keep on the rocks on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We have TikTok for a long time, but we're on to Sleeping on the Rocks. You can catch us out there. If you have anything to add on here that we should drink, send me all that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Cleveland on the Rocks. Check that out on all of the social media. And I could tell you, Matt is fits into just a fantastic individual that's willing to share anything. We have annual. We've been spending St. Patrick's Day up by Matt up there with, and we do a podcast with Irish whiskey and everything. So we really enjoy being able to come up there with you and spend it with everybody. And just thanks for coming on tonight for our 400th podcast. We really appreciate that. Remember, everybody, we're going to finish up www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all Scotchy Bourbon Boys merchandise, Glen Cairns t-shirts and bourbon balls. Check us out there, or just contact me on Facebook through Messenger. Venmo me the stuff and I'll ship it to you. Remember that we're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, and also on all the podcast formats, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, whatever you want to listen to, we're on it. Make sure that you like, listen, subscribe, and leave good feedback. Good feedback always means something. We're getting up there. We've got a couple people that have left some good feedback on Apple, and appreciate everybody who does that. And then remember, good bourbon equals good times, good friends, good fun. And remember to drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and live your life adventurously.
Woo!
Thanks, Matt. Thanks,
Cheers,
Stephen J.
Now you can't remember it?
I remember it. And little Steve-O's going to take everybody on Facebook and YouTube. We aren't leaving yet. We'll have a couple more minutes. And there you go.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why.
I swear, that sounds like Jim Morrison.
Don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die.
All right. So let me quick audio magic it. That does everything I need it all. Boom, boom, boom. File, publish to. I'm going to ask you to type something.
Okay.
Type 400.
Then
Then hit save.
I know what it is, but like I know it's stacked up.
All right. So we're still. Hey, Matt.
Keep going.
We're still live on Facebook and YouTube. We've got. I mean, it's like at one point, I definitely set a YouTube record of how many people were watching. So I don't know. And a decent amount of likes, too. So
What?
what?
Do this more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
It's so much fun. Just kick it. Have random conversations on bourbon and do stuff.
Well, a lot of times that with the podcast, I have subject matter, but tonight was just a party. I mean, it's just like I figured the 400th should be a party and talk about stuff that you'll drink when you party, and just go, talk a little bit about what how you got here and what you guys were doing, and I have no problem doing that. I appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that. It's such a blast, man. We should do stuff like this more often because I don't really do too many lives. When we do lives, we're in a corner by the bathroom over there. We got to tell where you have to sit a seat back there. We got comments and we come back to the same stuff where we go. We usually get 1,500 people, 1,700 people or something like that.
What's that
Fun.
say?
But
Should
the
respond.
thing is, shut up and it's a thing. Like,
Well, I have to say that we should do lives. You come down here and I come up there, but all the time, Matt should be cooking for us. Because that podcast and the Reubens he made were fantastic. And we could promote his restaurant, right?
to be honest, they're opening 3 new restaurants. That's under a tremendous amount of stress right now. I came over here to drink with us, and then I was like, "Yo, we should eat before you go." I feel like we've got a lot of stuff going on. We opened 3 new restaurants this year, so we could have him come through and do it, but we should have him drink in moderation with us.
Yeah, definitely.
There were some YouTube questions. Maybe you could answer some of those
Well,
questions.
ask the questions and I'll answer them.
The question was.
I didn't know you could scroll. I thought it went away after.
It says, "Have you guys?" Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
Well, have you tried Old Forester King Ranch? Have you tried Matt Old Forester King Ranch? Thoughts on that?
Oh, that's the white label. We didn't have that over here once. It wasn't my bottle. It was brought to me. But the guy that brought it wouldn't shoot anything with me, so he wouldn't shoot it. I thought it was okay, but it's price range goes for what they take with it.
There you go.
Personally.
Yeah, be honest. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I saw Mick today release an email that has Centennial Weller put up against Michter's 25. And there was a link to buy each one. What?
Millennial, the white box one?
Yeah, the $8,100, the $7,500 that costs you $81 with tax, up against the Michter's 25, which is like $3,500, and of bourbon tastings are beyond me. I don't think there's a bourbon on the planet. Now, there's some people that were just talking about how fantastic that Millennial was, you know what I mean? And then there's other people just saying it's the oakiest crap they ever tasted. So it does come down to your palate, but it really also comes down to your wallet on those, right?
I mean, to be honest with you, do you want to spend 2 months, 3 months house payments to share with your friends for 3 weeks? To me, that's not really a thing.
All I'm going to say is that the people who should buy those bourbons are the people who can afford the bourbons. They're the same people that can buy the expensive cars and they can pay to fix them, or the expensive houses and can pay to fix them. If you got the money, sure. And that's what that bourbon's for. But is those better? Hell no. I mean, I don't think, when you take Jim Beam at $20 or $18.99 a bottle or $20 a bottle, I don't think there's any bourbon that's, no matter what I tasted, where I'd say, well, that's $80 more. There's lots of bourbon I think that can be better, but are they thousands of dollars more? Hell no. I mean, it's just like maybe
Big
enough.
bottle out there that's worth twice as much as my kid's car is worth.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I don't even think that's a thing.
I mean, I bought a car. Our first car was a Omni Horizon. Okay,
Shit.
it was a Horizon, which was the Chrysler Horizon and the Dodge Omni. So we bought a Chrysler Horizon, and that car in 1986 was $5,600 brand new. and that bottle of Millennium was $8,100 out the door. It's $3,000 more than the car I bought, and you do not get the same value out of it.
You can't drive that to work for 8 years. Like that makes sense. Like it don't make sense.
Yeah, and the engine might go
Even
out.
my buddies were there. They're like, okay. So I have a friend at work whose husband bought 3 bottles of Millennium. But
What?
I'm like, all right, let me explain to you something. It's not going to be worth what you think it is. And did you open one?
I was just like,
Because I don't know that you knew what you were about to. They kept doing it because they thought it was going to be worth crazy money. And I'm like, maybe one day it will. But to be honest with you, I want something that I can share with all my buddies to do this. He came over, brought a whole box of stuff. He came over, brought a whole bunch of stuff. And then this is what we do. We share stuff with all of us. And then we have fun with it. And we and do fun stuff. That's worth this much money. I don't need to.
Down here.
It's not like a flex thing with it's just a more, I share this with my buddies. You can go buy this for this much money. And it's very easy. And it's very simple.
It's
you know what though? Yeah. You got in the lottery though, right?
Yeah.
Ohio lottery that comes out tomorrow for the OHLQ thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. Did you go in for all 3 or go for just 1 or 2?
I went in for all 3.
Okay, so basically what I did was I messaged about 75 people to say I would like a bottle of single barrel. If you guys win it, I will open it with you. I bought camera and we'll do a live. Be fun.
You're talking about the Weller?
We can drink it.
You want the Weller single barrel?
I have a bar like this. I went to the Weller, and because I'm trying to get the whole collection so we can do it live, the whole collection of Austins. And that's what I've been trying to do forever. So the only reason I ever tried the Weller single barrel is with you, and that's how me and you met. Because you had a bottle of it left in a with Mike and Gervasi. He said, hey, I have some bottles. My buddy's really big into bourbon. And at this point, we didn't know each other. And he goes, hey, my buddy Jeff, he would love to do this. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. And he goes, hey, Jeff had bottles when we did this. And that's what we called you on the same night that we were there. I think Mike probably called you and said, hey, the good guy drink with us. And I was going to bring out your bottle. I'm pretty sure that's how we met.
Yeah. That bottle.
Rye bottle of Widow Jane. I have other stuff that we're drinking with us. So this is my buddy Jeff, and we got to keep this. My company really good to that YouTube channel. And that was when I first started. I was like, just doing this, and it was fun. And I think that's how I actually got in contact with you through Mike and Gervasi.
Yeah. No, 100%.
That's
Mike was telling me all about you. You came down, and then we met the one time, and then we started whatever, going back and forth. But I will tell you, I love your name of what your whole Cleveland Rocks. I liked what you did. Once again, this is what bourbon and whiskey is about. I got to, I think we met one time down at Gervasi, but then, for momentarily, I remember, and then we came up by you, and we keep getting further and further into this. But I will tell you, that out of all the Wellers I've ever tasted, that single barrel Weller was the one Weller I wasn't impressed with.
There's single barrel Weller made me get off of the Weller 12 bandwagon and jump on any single barrel one.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was my thought. And you're a bottle.
Now, see
why you left that bottle.
But I was just like, that single barrel Weller was a little oaky for me. And I had, I liked 107. I like 12 year, and I had a really good 12 year, but I also absolutely love the full proof. The full proof is if you told me what Weller I'd want, I would want full proof. And some people are like 107 is better, but I just love full proof. I mean, honestly, the CYPB is okay this year. I was able to get a bottle through the state of Ohio through that whole thing. I picked up that CYPB, but the CYB, it's funny because initially when I went on to say what CYPB was, to find, you know what I mean? I went on the website and did a mash bill. I'm not as impressed with the CYPB as I am the full proof.
Same here. Full proof's the best one. See, I'm a 12-year fan. I
love 12-year too, but you put full proof up against 12-year, and you're talking about minor league versus major league.
The 12-year to me was like, I was like, well, to be honest, when I got introduced to full proof, Steve brought over a case of liquor.
I agree, John.
This is one of the first times Steve came to visit us. He wanted me to try everything he had. So he brought a whole case of stuff. That was already lit. And he brought this, and I'm like, yo, that's a waste for me. We should probably do it tomorrow or something. And he's like, no. We went until 6 o'clock in the morning, and we were drinking all kinds of bourbons. And I'm like, I don't know.
Matt, that just right there defines who you are right there. He brought up a bunch of stuff, and you're like, not sure, but yet you went till 6 o'clock in the morning.
I did try to tell him no first, and I said, hey, what about you? I said, I feel like this is a waste at this point. I'm already lit. We should probably do this tomorrow when I got a fresh palate, and I really want to try the one I blew like really cute. So that was where I was going.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna get right. Jay has to go home right now.
All right, Jay.
Good night, Jay. Yeah, we got.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, we got to wrap things up too soon. You're welcome.
They got a new house, so he lives way further away than he used to, so he has to go home. His wife's gonna be real mad if he gets home super late. So we're talking into this bus tour thing. So we're trying to sell your last tip, man.
Yeah. Sell that bus. Yeah, you want to be on the bus tour. Yeah. I'm telling you, everybody wants to be on the bus tour.
It's epic.
She's still walking. She's driving home right now. She just got off work, so she won't catch the end of it. So we're good.
All right.
You might want to skip certain parts.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Good
See
night.
you, Jay. All right. Good night.
I'll talk to you in the morning.
So let's finish up this podcast. Steve,
what's that?
I want to finish up this podcast. Steve, I invite you to bring down a box of bourbon that we drink till 6 a.m. I'm into that. You pick the Friday night. Come on down. I'm into boxes of bourbon.
Now, Jeff, you're not 10 minutes or 15 minutes from my house.
Wait. Hey, Steve.
We're spending the night.
We'll do it. You're spending the night here, obviously till 6 a.m. and I'll let you sleep at least till noon, and then you can go home.
Actually, I wake up at noon, so that works. He's getting me fine. That's on the band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, you're invited too. I got like 2 recliners right down here.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. Rachel will throw some blankets on you so you don't freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you brought over so many cool things, and I'm like, oh, God, I feel like this is the way. We said, hey, how about we drink my stuff and we'll maybe do yours tomorrow? And he goes, no. Start pulling out bottles. I'm like, all right, that's right. So we go, and I'm like, we'll go. He came over with some of the most ridiculous things. So he came over like a week or 2 ago with Rio. I'm obsessed with Rio. I texted CT to give me a bottle of Rio. Do you have a bottle of Rio?
Do I have one? No,
Penelope
No.
Rio?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That is quite possibly one of the most cinnamon fun drop bottles I've loved. I don't know what it is. That bottle is the most ridiculous thing I've ever tasted.
Rio
If you've
what?
never had it, why don't you ask CT to bring it on the bus?
Are you talking about? You got to be talking about mezcal tequila.
No, it's Penelope. Oh, yeah. It's amazing, man. You'll love it. It's a and you were talking about Ambriana on the
Okay. Yeah, Ambriana.
Ambarana.
Ambarana.
I don't
Ambarana.
Rio. I
Ambarana.
miss out every time it's canned.
No, I've never.
I'd love to have one there.
Once again, if you're going to be talking to CT goes outside of bourbon. I'm an absinthe bourbon whiskey guy. I mean, I didn't even know what.
You'll like this one, man. It's like cinnamon fun.
Are you throwing in the scorpion on that one?
To be honest with you, I haven't opened that bottle because you, CT, and
Oh,
Roxy have to come down here.
ask him if it's a Penelope bourbon.
I got a lot of stuff.
Is Rio a Penelope?
It says Rio
Have you not
4
had it
grain
yet?
Penelope bourbon.
No, I have not had the. I have not had the Penelope Rio.
Yeah, we
It's one to
did.
taste.
No,
We-
we didn't.
It's like, wow.
No.
Did
It's
they?
a
Were they
nice- that's one of
tasting
my
that
top
at the
drinks.
Mm-mm.
that event that we went to? Are you sure? Because
No.
I swear.
You think that they were tasting Penelope Rio in New Orleans?
No. When we were at
Have you guys not had? You haven't had? Do you like Penelope products though?
I do. I love what Danny does, and I got to talk to him a couple times before he was like rich and famous, and then after, and he stayed the same.
Tell you what, awesome. You tell him that you would like a bottle of Havana
Havana.
before it gets released to all of us. That know anymore. When I seen the label that got okay and going, the next bottle is a rum Castellan, and you're a rum guy.
I swear I
Him
tasted
for
that at
Havana
the
bottle that comes out, and
the-
that's
the
the one you
ribs
want before we all
event,
can get
the
it.
rib burn off.
I
Thing,
mean,
the
you
rib.
can shoot it
Are you
with
sure?
me
This is
when you open it.
when did Rio come out? Just like this year, right?
Is this new?
It's been out for it's been out for. I don't think it's been a year. I think it's been like months. It's been out. It came out.
Okay,
I
alright,
think
then that's
2023 at the end.
Then
And
it's something with a
Penelope
green-
was not at the ribs burn
Yes, they
off.
were.
No, they weren't.
They absolutely were.
Brown Bass 3 now.
I
They
tried.
weren't.
Yes, I did. I
They're
tried
they're
all those
Indiana. They're
Nope, they were there.
Penelope
Well,
was
I
at
think it's
Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but not the ribs burn off. Danny was not at the ribs burn
They might have been.
off. We're having a
Hey, Jeff, that's what I was saying.
what?
Oh, they have a new bottle that's coming out. The label just got okay to be sold.
Okay,
It's called Havana.
Havana.
Rested in rum barrels.
Okay,
Okay.
I will ask Danny to send me it and get him on the podcast, and you can come up for it.
I definitely want to do that. When you do that, because this seeing the label got okay and it's okay to be sold and it's here, we've never seen it, so we're never gonna probably see it personally because I don't want to get up and over there and do that. But I want to come do that with you. Let
Okay.
me know when you have that.
Okay,
I will be there.
I know him, so I can I've got his card, so I'll call him direct. Say I want to do
That would be
Havana,
good.
and I want him to come on and promote it.
Do that because I want to try that. I'm obsessed with Rio and I can't get a bottle.
Is Rio?
We've had one.
I have a question. Is
We've
Rio? What is that finished in?
Brana and honey.
Okay. But see, my favorite of all finishes of anything is rum barrel. I just love
That's where
rum barrel
Havana
finished whiskey. I love Island Rooster by Chicken Cock. I love, I'm a rum barrel finished guy. There's no doubt. Tequila
Well, I do
finishes
have Havana guy for Penelope.
tequila finishes are bitter to me. You know what I mean?
You get where you're going.
But
I get that.
But I will say that the mezcal at French Lick that I probably drank at least a quarter of the barrel that's there. Somehow on Saturday, I have to convince somebody I don't know that I want to go back there and I want them to drill the barrel for me. Nobody that's so I'll let you know how that works on Saturday. All right.
That'd be awesome.
All right. So are you ready? We got to finish this up. We finished up the podcast. I'll get that up and running. I'll let you know right now how many people watch the YouTube. Okay. And then you got to promote it a little bit. Okay. For yourself. So let me stop YouTube and then we'll stop Facebook and then we'll stop this. I got to go this way. That's right. Because you're there.
For Roxy, we're going to have to finish something with chai tea.
With chai tea? Whoa.
That was my keyboard.
He's breaking everything.
Didn't break anything. All right, everybody. Good night on YouTube. We're going to hit this.